Well, it was a great job by our players, coaching staff tonight. Just battling for 60 minutes. We talked about it all week. We really haven't played a close game this year. We expected it to be that way, and it certainly was. So, just Kansas City's a good football team. Andy does a great job, as he always does, and they're tough to handle. But in the end, we were able to just do a little bit more, do enough, and again, just really proud of the way we competed tonight, all the way through, from the opening kickoff to the final kick. It was just a great effort. We had a good week where we really worked hard during the week to prepare for them. And again, they're tough to prepare for, but thought we went out there and played hard, played for 60 minutes, and so I think we deserved it.
Bill, you've talked a lot about situational football, and you had kind of the ultimate situation with 3:03 left on the clock and the possession of the ball. How much game planning and design goes into that situation in preparation and going down the course of the field and kicking the field goal as time expires and not giving them a chance to respond?
Well, we talk about it every week, and again, each situation is a little bit different based on time, timeouts, and score, and so forth. So, but this one ended up playing out good for us. We had the final possession, we had the final opportunity, and we made it. So it's great. Josh called a great game. We had great execution in that drive by a lot of different people. So yeah, but we work on that stuff every week, both ways. If they had it, if we had it, need a touchdown, need a field goal, so forth. So yeah, try to be prepared for that.
Coach, their team speed was obviously a challenge, and
Hill, yeah, Hill,
okay, gotcha, yeah. And Patrick, his ability to extend plays, competing against them in real time, what was?
Yeah, he did that. He made some, we made some, but Hill's such an explosive player. Obviously, we knew that going in, and we saw it firsthand.
Thank you.
Bill, in a game that featured so much production through the air, and especially a lot of long balls, Tom touched on really a critical play on that final drive, the 3rd-and-1 handoff to Sony, and as good a game as he had up to that point. What did that play demonstrate about his evolution or maturity as a running back? Because I think Zoe pointed out, had he stayed high, he probably wouldn't have gotten the first down, but he was able to fit through and pick up that first
Sonny
down.
runs hard. He's picked up a lot of tough yards for us. I mean, that was a big run. Obviously, Tom's touchdown run was a big run. Not the guy you think you're going to get that from, but he did a great job of getting the ball in the end zone there, and so we didn't have to kick the field goal there on 3rd and 5. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good runs in the game, but that sometimes your game comes down to a yard, being able to get it or defend it, and there was enough space in there. Sonny made a good run to pick it up. So, that last year, that was really one of the big differences in the game. We were 0 for 4 in short yardage offensively, so we made a big emphasis on that. We were able to get it in on the 1-yard line, on the goal line, and that 3rd and 1. So those were key situations. I mean, the turnover obviously hurt us, but to not punt the game it's good.
Coach, historically, young quarterbacks have not done too well against you, and in the first half, that trend was continuing. Second half, Kansas put up 31 points. Can you attribute it to anything in particular as to why the offensive output was so much greater in the second half for Kansas?
They're an explosive team. They did a good job.
Bill, you guys did a nice job limiting Hill in the first half. In the second half, he ended up finishing with 7 catches for 126 yards and 3 touchdowns. What did they do differently in the second half to get him more involved?
Not much. I mean, he got a lot of it on a scramble play. So, I mean, look, they got a lot of good players. So, there's a lot of production out there, all across the field on both teams.
Bill, can you just talk about Duran's pick there late in the first half and how big that was?
Yeah, that was a big play for us. Danta's pick, Duran's pick, those are big stops for us in the red area, saved us at least 6, but maybe 14 points. So those are huge plays. So yeah, I thought our red area defense really saved us there in the first half, saved us a lot of points. We weren't able to do that in the second half as much, but yeah, that was a big pick, and so was Hightower's. So set us up offensively on the 5-yard line or whatever it was. So that's 2 big plays for us. So we missed a couple other chances. We had our hands on some other balls. There's a couple other throws that were pretty well defended, but it was a great throw and a great catch, beat good coverage. So.
Bill, in our sports conversations, we kind of always love the next big thing, and Mahomes is one of these young, rising superstars. But what do you think, Tom said tonight about maybe holding that off a little bit, that it's kind of, the way he played tonight?
There was a lot of good players on the field tonight. I mean, we had 2 good teams, and they both competed very hard. Came down to the final play of the game. There's a lot of good football players out there on both sides of the ball.
Hey, Bill, just in terms of when the game is changing that quickly and the game management, the time management, and the clock management, and the number of decisions that have to be made, was this a unique game in that respect, just in terms of a lot was happening in a short period of time and managing timeouts, all the different things that go into managing maybe the last 7 or 8 minutes?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, every game is different, so each game has its own dynamics and the team you're playing and the situations, and they're all a little bit different. So sometimes they fall into a general category, sometimes they fall a little bit outside that. And just have to try to react to it, do the best you can.
Bill, as you know, it was a day of cancer survivors. A lot of the players discussed how inspirational it was to meet with them. What do you have to say for the platform that the NFL and the Patriots are able to give survivors like this?
Yeah, well, it's good to be a part of it, and so many of our players are great ambassadors of our team and do many things for not only cancer patients but their families and others as well. So that's always been a proud something that our team, our organization, Robert, his family, and our team, coaches have all been supportive of and proud of, and so proud to be a part of this too.
Hey, Bill. It was 3rd and 1. I think the score was tied, about 3+ minutes to go. You're in your 29 or your 34. I don't know which one. And Tom throws the long pass to Chris, makes the catch, the penalty. Are you making that call thinking it seems like a little risky play to throw it that long? Are you making that call maybe that it is a 2-down territory that late in the game where you are in the field?
Well, I think that was a good job by Tom. They, we got a lot of double coverage in the game on Rob, James White. It was 3rd and short. They pretty sure it was a 3-man rush on that play, so they had a lot of coverage underneath. And Tom went to where the single coverage was, which was Chris. Chris ran a good route, got on top, made a good throw, good catch, even though it was interfered with. So I wouldn't say that was the first read on the play, but it was the best option on the play, and Tom made a great throw. Chris made a great catch.
Coach, could you talk about Rob Gronkowski and his playmaking ability in that 4th quarter? Gave you guys big plays there.
Yeah, Rob gave us a lot of big plays, blocking and receiving. We got the single coverage on the seam on the last play. The other play was it was off a play action kind of rub play, so we got it free, and then Rob did a great job running with the ball. Stiff arm a couple tacklers, added some extra yards there on his own. So, but yeah, Rob. Again, we had a lot of great players out there. So did they. They all stepped up. They all made big plays. So, really, it's just a great team effort.
Final questions?
Okay, thank you.